prayer real quick?
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Matrix Living here at Stars of Morning Light. I am Courtney, the host, and settle on in because we have an awesome guest tonight. Matt, who is a plumber by day and traveling successful DJ by night. So many interesting talks he and I have had in the past 2 or 3 years. Gosh, Matt, I don't even know how long now. So, welcome, Matt. Thank you for being here.
Word up. I think it's going on probably 3 plus, possibly.
Is it? It might be, man. I don't know. Who knows time in this matrix?
Uh, Time and space.
Time and space. Do you know I have that tattooed on me? Most people don't know.
Well, I would hope that most don't, unless yeah, never mind.
It's right here. It's this messed up. So I got this question mark, and apparently it's in reverse. I wasn't aware of it. The guy tattooing me wasn't aware of it. So long
That's
story.
weird.
But the T and S that are right next to the dot, right in the middle here, it's supposed to stand for time and space. Isn't
Which is
that
all
wild?
relative.
It is. It's all relative. So I hope everybody's coming in and enjoying themselves. Please be respectful in the chat and thank you for listening. Share this out. Give it a thumbs up, everybody. And remember, do enjoy. So we are going to be talking Matrix Living. Matt, I'm always asking the first question as, was there a time in your life that there's a memory, an instance, something happened to trigger you and your thoughts in thinking, whoa, there must be something else going on here?
Yes. So right around, I would say 8 or 9 years old, I started having memories that were not my memories, of another man who was a pilot. And okay, it's like, okay, those are just dreams. I'm just having dreams, whatever, you know. But once I started talking to older people that were a little more wise than I was and started asking questions because I was super curious. To this
Yeah.
day, I'm still super curious. Um, like, why am I having memories that aren't my own? That
Wow.
kind of set it up for me where I was like, okay. And then my mom was like, I need to talk to you about past life regression. It's like, okay. So we did some
Wow.
meditation and then she sent me in some hypnosis. And yeah, I'm like, okay, I've lived another life like that. And to me, that is part of the matrix. Sorry, I'm trying to wrap it up here.
Yeah, bro, no,
Um,
don't worry about the bows. That's my job. You just do your thing.
word. But yeah, like that was the first time where I was like, oh wow, there may be something else out here that I'm not aware of. Like we may be in a program, we may be working in multiple different spheres or atmospheres or universes.
Wow. Okay, you were 9 or 8 or 9 when you had that going on. Matt, I have to say I did too. I was 8 years old and I started having dreams of persecution. Let's just put it that way. And my mom did
Oh,
the same thing, as in, okay, we gotta start doing like deep meditations. It's when I learned how to meditate and past life regressions and whatnot. That's interesting. I don't know if that led me so much into concepts of matrix, but I also get what you're saying as in it's kind of all intertwined.
yeah, I kind of get this feeling that it's almost like I've had this conversation with a couple people. I won't name them but time is not linear. It rolls on itself. It creates this, not to sound cliche, but it creates this vortex, like this void that just turns in on itself. And I just kind of see that as the way that all life is, whether you're a plant or an animal or a human, we're kind of all being recycled for a purpose.
Okay.
Some of us
Okay.
need to find a purpose, and I hope that for the best of them.
So do you feel like the quote unquote matrix is more organic or and it's
Yeah.
just that recycling and that's actually a good thing or do you how does that kind of play into this concept of illusions or go ahead, darling.
Oh, no, no, no. You're teasing it out of me, so I appreciate that. Yes, I
Yeah.
do think it's a good thing. And talking about the Matrix, here's an idea. I'm just going to lay it on you.
Yeah, go for it.
If you were to create something and you had all the rules laid out in front of you, and you're like, okay, all these players are going to play by these rules to this game the way I set it up, that seems kind of boring. But if you made a Matrix where you were like, okay, I'm going to allow these beings as they are to have free will and do what they do, that's a little more interesting.
It's a little
And
more
then,
interesting, huh?
yeah, and once they're done gaining their knowledge and doing what they have to do, they can come back and kind of report back, and then you can change the matrix just a little bit.
Ah. So do you think that we have that capability of like shifting the matrix, or is that from an outside source?
Oh, honey, I think we definitely have that capability.
Yeah. Yeah,
If
that's the
you're in
human
tune
free
with it,
will.
yeah. If you're in tune to it, I think you definitely have the capability.
Oh, Matt, you just brought up a really good point. If you're attuned to it. I That's a really good point. Do you think most people out there walking around, they're experiencing and they're expressing their human free will, but they're maybe not conscious of that, let alone attuned to the fact that they are creation? That was a really good point.
I would like to think that most people would ascend to that. Um, I would say, unfortunately, in the almost 46 years that I've been on this planet, in this life, on this plane, um, I've been a little bit disappointed in the humanity of people.
Yeah.
Um, but you got to be optimistic.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I would like
Yeah.
to answer your question. Sorry, I'm kind of dancing around it. My bad.
Yeah, go. No, you're fine, man.
Um, I would like to think that most people are.
Yeah.
I think.
Aware of it in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I think there's been a bit of a fleece that's been laid before our eyes, whether it's, you can pick any vice, whatever you want, and social media, addiction, relationships, codependency, um, you know, whatevs. Like we all
Yeah.
have these like hurdles that have been thrown in front of us, but really at the end of the day, I'm telling you, if we could actually get on board and kind of, oh my God, do I sound like a cult leader?
N You? No. No. I think everybody probably just laughed. Come on in, folks. We're having a good time. Did you just sound like one? No. I would have not, I definitely would not sign up, Matt, and give you all my stuff. You're fine.
Word. No, I'm just,
Oh.
sorry. I had to bring some levity.
No, so for me, do you think that this is a system? It's interesting because it's like you're talking about how it's like somewhat more organic, as in like how things operate, how things happen, human free will. Also, I'm thinking like organic as in the plants and the birds and the bees and all the stuff. I see, that's how I view it. And I think there's a lot of people out there that view the Matrix a bit more science, like the movies. Like the movies got a bit more sci-fi for me. I think if the same concept was more wrapped into nature, um, I would have been a little bit more great movies, don't get me wrong. But you said what was that? Did you have a thought?
No, just I was thinking about sci-fi movies, and yeah, I had. Sorry.
So you're thinking though that there is some kind of supreme being of some sort that did go, hey, this sounds like it might be a cool idea, and like, let's create this and see how it rolls.
Yes. So my thought since I was young was that it's not just one supreme being who's setting up there being like, "Hey, I'm making the rules and pressing the buttons. What's up?"
Yeah.
Um, I think it's kind of a conglomerate, if not a committee of
Mhm.
very intelligent beings, if not just beings of energy that have kind of
Okay.
laid out certain places for us to exist. I mean, think about it. This world in and of itself is a matrix. We have an atmosphere. We have plants that digest carbon dioxide and give us the oxygen that we breathe. We have beautiful water life that gives us sustainability.
Yeah.
So something happened. Something happened that had like this kind of divine fingertips in it. I don't
I
think it was
can
one person
I can
or
totally
one
see where you're
being.
coming from, Matt, as in that the recycling, because you just kind of said it again, as in day and night, death and rebirth. The plants creating carbon, like all the recycling that actually happens in our everyday. The recycling of thoughts in order to create all of it. I get where, as a 9-year-old little Matt, you kind of were starting to track into, okay, look around, what's going on? You are now, I think, the second person who's talked about some kind of higher set of beings, whatever concept definition. That's the fun thing about these conversations is no one's got the right definition to any of this stuff, which is
Well,
awesome. So we can just,
hold on,
eh,
girl. Think about
yeah,
this. I'm
go ahead.
interrupting you, but
No, go
think
ahead.
about this.
Go ahead.
So here we are as these big, strong, intelligent humans that we're industrious, and we've created engines that run off gasoline and fossil fuels made by the dinosaurs. Okay, we're so smart, but we also have these tiny little beings in our world that we have to take care of.
Mm-hmm.
And if we screw up that ecosystem, we're screwing up our own. Is
Mm-hmm.
it very plausible that there are higher beings that helped create this ecosystem for us, which in and of itself would be a matrix?
Yes. 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 I'm a firm believer that I wish we would pay more attention to the bees than anything right now, because man, they our system needs that. I think I'm digging what you're saying because for me it is some kind of system. And so therefore it is like a matrix, operating system. I think for me personally right now though, I'm stepping into well, I am a part of this system. I'm a part of nature. I'm a part of those beings as well. I mean, if they create us, then vice versa, And how do I use that? How do I use my potential? How do I open up new potentials? How do I, how do I live in this matrix to help not just the matrix, but help myself, help others? That's kind of, I think, where I am is what are the tools and assets that us humans have that we might not explore or expand into because of maybe man-made rules or something, right?
So if I can delve into what you just said, and that
Yeah.
was a very long question. Um,
This is a conversation. You got me
yeah.
going, Matt.
So number one, the only person who can answer that is you.
True, true
Number
that.
two,
Hear that,
opening that
folks.
opening that question up to others is a
Yes.
good conversation for them to have with themselves.
Yes. Well, then how would you?
All right. Okay. I see what you're doing here. I see what you're doing here.
If I'm willing to do it, man, how are you gonna do it?
Um, it's gonna sound very cliche and hippy dippy.
Oh, that's
Um,
cool.
but I just try to take in all the wisdom that I can soak in and not take the stuff with me that I don't need to, and then kind of digest it and look around where I'm at and look around the world that I live in and be the positivity that you need to be
Mm.
because I'm not gonna lie, Courtney. I want to be taken back to the mothership.
Well,
I
okay.
am
See, I was
looking
gonna
forward
ask you
to
about that. I was gonna ask you. You brought it up. Not just the mothership, wherever we go, right? Whatever we go back to, do you desire that more than being here? I know it's a little personal.
no, I dig that. I dig personal. No, I still have time here, and
Okay.
I really hope that people find a purpose.
Yeah, that sounded like a very strong acceptance within you. It did. It sounded like even if we don't know necessarily our purpose, the acceptance of like, I am here for a reason. I felt that in you. Like I heard that. Do you think you know your purpose? That's brilliant. Do you think you do?
The second that I know my purpose is the second that I realize I knew nothing.
Oh, amen, right? Socrates, right? Yes. Um, I think everybody's purpose is to love. That's it, to love. But how we do that, well, that's individualized. Because so then do you believe in collective? Like
Oh,
because I didn't put it out there yet. I probably will by the time this posts. I was thinking I need to explain, and we don't have to do it here, but like destiny is so related to in relation to the collective, as fate is in relation to the individual. So it's like we have our individual purpose, but do you think that your individual purpose is in relation to the collective?
yes.
Yeah.
That's a hard yes.
Yeah. It's a hard
If you want to make
yes.
it an open-ended question where I can go on about it, I will.
Yes, I do.
But that was a
Yes.
close-ended.
That was it was a very clear, actually, that was a very heartfelt, like, yes, I am here to be with the collective, serve, what have you. Okay. Okay. You can go into it if you would like, or you can go into whatever. You said the mothership, Matthew. So,
Yeah.
Matthew, do you want to expound upon that? You are free to say whatever you would like, my dear.
Well, thank you for entertaining that. Um, yeah, I just kind of feel like we are not from this planet. And going back to the theme, I do think we are recycled. Um,
Mm,
so I think there's a few of us that are starting to like do the wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Like, so you've been here before? It's like, yeah, kind of feeling it. You've been here before? It's like, yeah. And it's getting to the
yeah.
point to
Yeah.
where it's like, all right, so I'm feeling this with other people. They're saying it out loud. I'm saying it out loud. We're we're both sharing like, and not just both. I mean, like many are sharing
Yeah.
their own experiences. So it's kind of nice to know that not only are we not alone in that experience, but we're not alone in where we want ourselves to go, which is back to the mothership.
Okay.
Like,
See, that's probably where I differ,
lay it on
which
me.
is
What do you want?
fine. That's fine. I I see it as I chose to come here. So until I am successful with my what like Edgar Casey would call your ideal, what we call our purpose, until I am fully and completely successful in that, I'm groovy with continuously coming back, continuously coming back. And because it's not about me. It's like, okay, if I can do more the next time around, if I can do more the next time around, whatever it may be. Um, but I know for me, Matthew, that took quite a lot to get to that. I mean, I think I was pushing 40 before it was like, yes, I'm gonna keep coming back. I'm gonna keep choosing this great place. This place fucking awesome. All of you are awesome. No matter what goes down, I'm here with you, that type of thing. I think I was pushing 40 by the time I really resolved that because prior to that it was like I'm done. I don't want to have anything to do with this place. I need to leave. I need to go. Y'all are killing me. You know. Um so it took a lot for me to get there. But so for me personally, I would say I think more people that I talk with are more in that camp, as in yeah, when do we get to leave? What's going on? When do we get to get back home? I want to go home, that type of thing. Probably because this place still feels so foreign. What are your thoughts?
On that particularly, I got some more work to do.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna pose a question then, dude. What if we're striving to get home so much, why don't we just realize that this is a matrix and we make it the home?
Okay, all right, now you went deep.
I That's what I'm here for, man.
God love you, woman. Okay, now you went and done did it.
That's my goal. That's what I'm trying. Like, y'all, please learn how to do community. Try to learn how to do because this is that, we want to ascend, we want to expand. It can all happen right here.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
so what do you think about that?
I've been doing it my entire life,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'm not gonna stop.
No, I know you're not. I know you're not. I know you're not. I know the audience is now just meeting you, so they're taking my word for it.
Word.
What about that concept though? Like if we're all maybe from a different location, a different o place of origin. That's how I refer to it, as a place of origin. If we're all kind of from a different that, then maybe our collective ideal was to, hey, can we take this beautiful earth and make it like our place of origin, but
Oh,
to
for example,
serve
yeah,
all sorts of beings.
and I think that was the original plan. I really
Mm,
do.
yeah, and then things got infiltrated, huh? Do you think that
Yeah,
there's like bad mama jammas, as I always call them on my programs, the bad mama jammas that
yeah.
are kind of infiltrating the matrix?
And I was about to get to that.
Okay.
So, if you're gonna have a matrix, if you're gonna have something laid out in front of you, and you're gonna see the way that everything runs, there's gonna be some system analyst who's gonna be like, I know how to screw that up by doing exactly this. And they can put their
Mm,
finger down on it. And then if they get other people behind them, or other beings, I should say, or other energies behind them, yeah. I think the whole plan originally was to make this a really beautiful, amazing place. And then some
yeah,
bad mama jammas.
the
I
bad
think that's
mama jammas, yes.
and
Hmm.
so then I have to ask the question to you. Now I'm asking you a question.
Cool. That's what this Saturday night's all about. Welcome everybody to Matrix Living here at Stars of Morning Light. We love it here. All right, ask me. Go for it.
So, and I don't want to make this a dichotomy. It's not an if or
Yeah.
then kind of question.
Yeah.
If you are on a journey to create the best life you can create for not just yourself, but for those around you and in the existence and on the plane that you're in on this planet, when you interact with the negative,
Hmm.
do you drive them out or do you try to change them?
Oh, interesting. Well, I will tell you, a young Courtney would have just bulldozed through all of it and been like, I'm bigger and better than all of you. Get out of my effing way. So that would have been the young Courtney's answer. Um, the adult, mature, healthy, emotionally mature Courtney, who might know a little bit better. It's allowance. It's allowance. Because everybody runs into negativity of any sort. It could be any form of negative energy. I It's a lot of allowance. But see, allowance is also acceptance, but it's not acceptance in like agreeance or acceptance in compliance. It's just acceptance as it is. But first, before you can accept, you have to have awareness of it. And that's usually the hang up. Because when it's something negative, we can, depending on what it's attached to, we like to put different things on it. It could be negative, but oh, they'll change. It might be negative, but it'll be, oh, I'll pay for this now and pay that later. Whatever it may be. Like we deny, we like to see it differently than what it is for the full awareness that it's presenting. That's why everybody talks about gaining awareness, because if we have the awareness, therefore we can accept it is. And out of that acceptance leads into the forgiveness and the releasing of the attachment of said, what have you. So for me, it's a process that I've practiced for a very long time, so it just moves faster in me, let's say. Um, but for me, and then all of that, the awareness to acceptance to forgiveness, compassion for self and others, right? Then that falls right into it is, I'll detach and move on with my merry way. So it doesn't stick around as I mean, I've been practicing it for a long time. So that's
I
for
know
me.
you have.
Like that's the accumulation of my allowance, if that makes sense. Like that's my process. Awareness, acceptance, forgiveness for self and others, compassion for self and others into it is allowance. And I just detach and move on.
And I see that as gates in the matrix.
Yes,
It's like a
yes,
circuit board.
yes.
So you have all the circuitry and everything is running exactly this way, and you know it's going to gate off that way and gate off that way. But when you start to open the gates to exactly what you said, because you put it much more eloquently than I ever could, um, yeah, that's you're working the matrix.
Yeah, oh, there you go, brother. Yeah, yes. And I think a lot of these episodes, I'm trying the reason I wanted to start this series is the Matrix that we currently kind of know. I mean, the Matrix that we have always known and have been returning back in and out, doing the thing. It is starting to crumble away, and all infinite potentialities are open. So, first, let's present some awareness. Let's talk about this concept of matrix. And then, well, if we are able to create, if we are able to navigate it, if we are able to actually create our own circuit board if we want to do whatever we want, how do we do that? So that's where a lot of these episodes, through just having talks with common folk, right?
We're starting the conversation. Because
Yeah.
when you ask, like, how do we do that? I took a deep breath, like, I want to tell you exactly how I want to do that. But I'm not sure how to do that yet.
Yeah,
I
that's
need to talk with
okay.
more people.
Yes. Beloved, yes. That's the point is because I do it my way. Somebody else does it their way. And oftentimes they're doing it, but they can't recognize it within themselves and they need a conversation with another human and say, "You got it. You're actually doing it. You're doing it." So that right there, man. Yes. Yes.
Hey, hey.
Do you
No, for
do
real,
you
I just
go ahead,
say
babe?
thank you. Because I was really hung up on doing this recording. I was kind of freaked out about it. I was like, I'm not sure what I'm going to talk about. I don't want to talk about something I don't know anything about. I can only speak from personal experience and try to keep it entertaining. So I have to say thank you, lady.
Oh man, no, you are doing it. I get to see it all the time. That's why I love witnessing so much, because they don't know. It's like in one part of my brain, I might say, "Forgive them, for they know not what they do," and then I say, "Love them, for they know not what they do," because they don't even know they're doing it, and it's so exciting. It really can be. It really can be. So they are. Everybody, do you see? And that's why this is more me talking than you, Matthew.
I'm working on it.
That's why, though, I like in the expression I just gave, that for me is kind of the flip of like, regardless of whatever goes down, man, it might get real painful. It might get real dirty. It might get a whole lot. Because I witness so much and I purposely witness. I'm not walking through this life unconscious, right? I purposely witness. I think that's why I can value being here so greatly. Because humans actually, just to the degree of how shocking they can be in their contempt and hatred towards other, so can the most beautiful and degree of magic and lovely they can be. And it's just amazing to be to be honored to have this experience.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Do you have
Yeah.
I'm going to switch it up on you. Now I'm asking you questions.
I know. This is actually, I bet you the audience right now are probably like, yes, please, Matthew, please. Because
Do you
I
ever
don't
get the
freely
glitch?
give. Do I what?
Do you ever get the glitch?
The
Like
glitch.
the glitch where like you do like a double, triple take and you're like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah.
And you like
So,
look around like this has happened before. Why do I know that this has happened before? What is going on? Damn you.
yeah. So I got to tell you this little story. So at one point I hung out in like really dirty, scary biker bars when I was young. Um, I've hung out everywhere, from the high to the very low. I will party with them all. It don't matter to me. And I can do
Things
it.
can happen.
Right. So, but one time I was sitting there and I was talking to somebody sitting there at the bar. And I said, man, I just had the biggest deja vu. And she turned to me and she said, you know what I heard that means? I said, what? She said, I hear that it's kind of like a glitch in the system, but it's actually there to help you notice that you're on the right path. And I was like, well, damn, if that's it, gulp, gulp, gulp. I'm not sure if that was true, but I liked hearing it.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. I liked hearing it. So then I kept kind of just rolling with that. Now, as I got older and sober, um, do I get glitches? So, yes, my glitches are a bit different though. It's not so much like the deja vu. It's not so much I went through something 2 or 3 years ago that was actually very difficult. And I talked a lot with the patrons of Stars of the Morning Light with that. my third dimensional self living and my fifth dimensional self living were starting to overlap in very convoluted ways. I could have, let's say I was at a grocery store, and if I was in my third dimensional self, I'd be worried about money. And so I would maybe buy like chicken wings, like the cheapest meat there when I don't even eat chicken wings because there ain't no point, right? But in my fifth dimensional self, I'm going to buy whatever chicken I want. And then I'd be driving home in my head going, wait, what did I buy? What did I buy? As if I had two separate memories of what I was doing at cashier. Two complete separate memories. And then I would get home and I'd be like, oh shit, I bought the chicken wings. And then I would have to talk to myself and say, Courtney, were you in your third dimensional living experience? And I'd go, I guess so. We're not going to do that anymore. We're going to choose fifth dimensional living experience regardless. And so the more I was choosing it and more I was practicing it, a lot of compassion of self and others, my memories of having the same instance, the same activity, the same conversations, I acquired one that would be from 3D and acquire one from 5D. Now, 5 and D, there's not that, or 3 and 5, there's not that much difference. There's a difference, but it's not like, oh, everything's colorful and we're all magic and here's fire in my hand. Like it's not that.
Right, right.
That's more seven because the ninth dimensional is, operating in the seventh in this body of form. It can be done. There's been many masters that have proved it. But that for me was actually it was difficult to navigate. It was very difficult to navigate, especially because at the time I didn't really have anybody in my life, my personal life, that was going through the same thing. So it was difficult to navigate. I tend to go through things, 2 or 3 years before others, so I can be like, oh, that's what this is. It was difficult though. I felt very, um, but I just kept rolling with it and not questioning things, not just trust. But I should say
Yeah.
that too. I had already built what, in my humble opinion, is complete trust, which is extremely hard to get to.
So now that you shared your chicken wing analogy with me, I'm gonna roll it into this. So I'm also gonna bring up the Matrix again.
Thank you. Because it could be 3D, 5D Matrix. This is such a fun time right now. So y'all, if you ever
Let's
come to a
roll with
bar, if y'all ever come to a barbecue, this is what happens.
it.
Matt gets done DJing, and it's like blah 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 blah.
What up? Um, where was I going with this again?
You were going into, I might go back to the Matrix, but you had a question about my chicken reference.
The analogy. Um,
Analogy, yes.
so that kind of is where we're at right now. Because yes, we are stuck in this third dimensional plane, this physical plane in this matrix that none of us are certain if it's been made for us, if we're creating it for ourselves or what we're born into, which is something I wanted to bring up.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know what this life is before my birth.
Right.
I don't know if anything that existed before me is actual or
Mhm.
historical. I have to trust in it. And I have to trust very educated people in it.
Mm.
And
Mm.
I kind of feel like we're moving much more towards um, oral history
Good.
than our um, academic history.
Yeah.
I hope people don't take that the wrong way, but I just kind of feel like we're getting into a spot in this world, at least in the world I've been born into, in the society that I was born into, and where I'm currently existing in this three-dimensional plane, in this physical body, is that I kind of have to seek out people that know the real history and are willing to share it. And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that will kind of lay out the plans for not just the part of the matrix that I was experiencing, but also the part of the matrix that I want to move past.
Mm. You know, you bring up, actually, thank you, Matt, because you reminded me of, I tend to have lingering questions out there, and I might have answered them before, but then they're multi-layered, right? And
Aren't they always?
right. And you reminded me just now, Watts would talk a lot about how, I think it was him, I'm pretty sure it was, how we're born into this life and we have no memory per se of before, and we're just going day by day here. So we take in what we're presented, like you said, and we kind of have to trust it on its face. That right there answers so much to the human complexities and dramas that unfold and everything. Um, so thank you for reminding me of that. Um, I guess that's the point of the Matrix, though, is I like to wonder, because I love that we brought up the oral tradition and the oral storytellings and, exploring. I like to wonder if we weren't influenced, who would we be?
Oh, that is a very deep philosophical question
Yeah,
that I could write an essay on. We all
yeah,
could, but
right.
that's a very good point to bring up.
And it's interesting because it isn't it oftentimes that people talk about the programming and it's like we gotta get rid of the programming, we gotta get rid of the program, we got to get, and I'm thinking, why can't we just delete, clear, whatever, like
Alt delete clear, yeah.
yeah, say yes, alt delete clear. I'm like, what are the buttons? Like I know that's there, but I think what it is it when you spoke just now, it really hit me as in it's so deep-seated within us that to fully wipe the programming clear is almost impossible. Almost completely, because it's what we've always just known. So it's kind of like I always told my students long ago when I was working with like gang members, you know, work with me, not against me. And so that's why I'm like, work with the matrix, not against the matrix. So if the matrix has all this programming, how do I work within that programming to actually ex get out of that programming? Right.
Hmm.
Like it's every program's got some kind of backdoor. Every program's got something that within the whatever it is, that's there for a reason.
Going back to our conversation about circuitry,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, here's
And
the thing, dude. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
oh, I was going to say like synapses too. I mean, you can't deny the fact that we're electrical beings,
Right.
and like certain diseases are prone to just not having the circuitry right. Um, Certain ways of thinking are prone to not
Mm-hmm.
having the circuitry like right.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows what right is? I don't want to
Right,
put
right,
that.
right. No, I get it. Social norms. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's like we are wired, but we also have the ability to rewire.
Yes. Yes. So I guess that's always my thing is because for me, I don't think that we can fully. clear ourselves of the program. It's for me, it's remember that I'm just as much of a master of this program as anybody else.
Mhm.
And so what do I want to do with it? Right? What do I want to do with it? And it starts with self. Do you, because we're talking about, we opened up with you and you're having dreams and memories of being a pilot. That clearly at 8 years old, you were not a pilot. And now, and we've kind of moved in this way that now we're talking about when we're born here, it's all the influences. Do you think, Matthew, that if we remembered that we were capable, not even the how, but like just capable of mastering this matrix, that we would believe it?
All right. You asked. Um,
Yeah.
I think we created it and we forgot.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think,
take that in, people.
yeah, we really laid this out for ourselves, but we have a bad case of amnesia.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's I think even if we do kind of start waking up and remember and remember and remember it through affirmations, through deja vu, whatever they'll drink, all this stuff, all the little circuits popping off, whatever it may be. I think what the main thing is it might not be memory because right now we have that is completely open for us to take. I think it's that when it starts coming in, we push it and deny it because we don't trust it. And
And
that's heartbreaking.
we've been taught to not trust it. We've been taught that that's silly. That's whatever. You don't know. That's not religion. It's not knowledge and academics. Like we
Right.
we've really forgotten where we came from, which I think is a much more spiritual place
Yeah. 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 Spirituality is mixed in with this whole matrix thing.
and a very
Maybe,
mystical place.
yeah, that's probably the energy that's running all through all the circuits. Yeah. Um, I'm happy you're saying all this, Matt. How do you feel about it?
You're gonna have to define the word it. How do I feel about what?
The conversation we've had and the thoughts that, because what we just said in this last little bit for me was this is meant to me all the more reason why to have these conversations. Because if
I can lay
like,
it on here.
yeah,
Um, the way I feel about it is more people should be having these conversations openly without
openly,
judgment, without
yeah,
being like, oh, you're weird, or I don't know where that's coming from. And it's like more people should be open to talking about this stuff. And you pick up what sticks with you and the stuff that doesn't, and you say, okay, that's all right. That's all right.
yeah,
But I think if more people were prone to being open and honest about where they come from, how they feel, and just as important, where they want to go, that'd be a pretty big step towards humanity.
yeah, I think so. And I think if the conversations are had, then we don't feel so alone. And when the loneliness starts to dissipate, trust can enter. Trust of self, trust of others, trust of the divine. And I think it all stems from the communication and expressing oneself. Yeah.
So we're in agreement.
You were in agreement. Yes.
High five over the screen.
This has been lovely. I really think every conversation's going to go different. Everybody's going to have different thoughts. It's going to flow different. It really is. Every conversation's going to be awe-inspiring. Um, oh my goodness, Matt. Okay, I'm going to share with you real quick.
Lay it
My
on me.
te
What's that?
my teacher, Master Lady Kira, uh, through an email exchange of some other stuff, she offered to be on this Matrix Living program for me to like interview and talk to her, which, dude, I know most people here, they try to listen to her, but like if it's her and I, maybe everything can be understood. I don't know. But I haven't even responded yet to the email because I was like, oh my God.
Do it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna, well, I'll be with her tomorrow night for class, but I'm gonna ask her, like, she offered. I didn't even ask. She offered, and it'll be now that lady. That lady really does know. That lady really does know. So it would be very interesting.
Well, I will say that you are actually, and this is for the audience too. You are actually one of the women in my life that just knows. And
Yeah.
I've known a few since I've been very young, and I've had this conversation about you specifically with somebody else who has agreed.
Oh, who has agreed?
Yeah.
Well,
And it's
good.
cool when you meet people like that in this life where it's like, mm, there's just something there. It's like
Something's happening.
they kind of get it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Matthew. I'm sure there's people in the chat right now that would agree with you as well. So thank you, beautiful stars. I appreciate that. I really do. Um, you know what? It takes all kinds, and it takes the kind like you, it takes the kind like me, and it takes doing this. And I really thank you. And I actually have a lot of interesting thoughts in my head right now from this conversation. I really do, especially about a little bit more, healing and allowance and grace. That's all in the law of grace, for everyone. And if we can practice it, things can turn out so differently.
That's
Yeah.
word.
Yeah. Do you want to leave us with any little tidbits? Anything Matrix or not Matrix, anything that you would love to leave the stars here at Stars of Morning Light on this wonderful Saturday night.
Thank you for that opportunity to do that. Also, want to thank you for the opportunity of doing this evening. Um, if I had tidbits, um, I would say just rock on with your bad selves. We we,
Right.
we have this while we have it, and regardless if you're having a glitch or working through the matrix or whatever's happening, you're gonna figure out the circuitry on it, and you're gonna figure it out, especially if you surround yourself with good people that are willing to accept.
Yeah.
So,
Matthew,
rock
I
on with
gotta
your bad
say,
self.
I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt you because you actually remind me of like the last question I want to go out with you because everything you had said. So, and then your closer was like, damn, I got to get this in. So, last question, and then we'll all rock out with our bad selves. Um, how much do you think living an authentic life helps us to navigate through this matrix?
It's number one. If you can't be authentic to yourself, you can't be authentic to anybody else. That means that you're playing different roles for everybody else.
Mhm.
That's going to land you nowhere. Be yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, choose self, be self, live self. It actually creates the collective. Wow. Yes, awesome. Okay, cool. Because when you said rock out your bad self, I was like, yes, that's what everybody should do.
Yeah.
Your authentic bad self. Yes, your authentic
The
self.
reason that I giggled when you brought up the word authentic was because my mother used to say that a lot. She was like, be your authentic self.
Oh, good. Oh, good. And see, and now we get a great Matthew. Exactly. Someone who, lovely viewers, I can verify and contest, and because I witnessed Matthew a lot, that yes, he is himself all the time. And it's lovely. No matter what's going on, Matthew's Matthew. Um, up, down, indifferent, right? So,
Well,
but that's actually a blessing. Because then the more you're like that, Matt, the more I feel comfortable being that. The more others will feel comfortable being that.
oh,
The more others will be comfortable being that. And then we all get to be ourselves and we just allow and we accept and we go, yes, so we can trust. And then we can really rock out. You know
rock
what I'm
out with your
saying?
bad self.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what you're saying. Exactly. Oh, well, thank you, Matt. This was a good time. It's got to be fun. We got life sh is meant to be enjoyed. It truly is. So, thank you for letting us laugh. Thank you for sharing. Thank
Yes,
you
thank you.
for just letting us witness you for this pocket of time. We really do appreciate it. And to all the beautiful
Yes,
stars
we
out
do.
there, yes. To all the beautiful stars out there, thank you for being with us. And if you haven't been here before, please subscribe, share, and do enjoy, folks. Always rock out, Matthew. Rock out, stars. We'll see you later, everybody. Good night.
Oh, that was my